My name's Joan Lubomirsky, and I was appointed by the city administrator to be a hearing officer on these cases. And what our procedure is,
Yes.
that the clerk will swear in you and the public works person who will be testifying. And then Public Works will present their presentation, and then you would present your response. And hopefully there can be some discussion in terms of a solution, and then I will issue my finding by mail. So if I could have Public Works person and the appellant and the clerk will swear you both in.
Morning, gentlemen. Please raise your right hand and mention your name, please.
Enyi Wamo, enforcement officer.
Yuichi Hamada.
Morning, thank you. Do you solemnly swear that the testimonies you're about to give today is the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, sir, if I could have the enforcement officer speak first then? Welcome.
Morning. All right. And I'm speaking for my officer, Samuel Peoples. On Thursday, November 1st, 2018, at approximately 1:53 p.m., while performing a routine inspection, he found a pile of broken down cardboard boxes on the sidewalk in front of the 2500 block of 2500 Bryant Street. Upon further inspection, he discovered that the boxes had once contained ingredients consistent with those that are used in the Asian fusion restaurant, like the restaurant at 2500 Bryant Street. Utilizing his department-issued tablet, he was able to identify the owner of 2500 Bryant Street to be named to be Imad N. Anzela Juenat, 2017 Revocable Trust. He then issued a citation to Imad N. Zella Juenat, 2017 Revocable Trust, for violation of Municipal Health Code 280, commonly known as illegal dumping. And so as you see, this is the address, and the timestamp in the corner. Actually, at 1:53. And you can see the storefront, 2500 of Bryant. And these items are actually at the pole.
Oh, I see.
And there's a close-up version here at the pole. And these items that were identified as food items in the proximity to the restaurant, you can see are about 2 feet. And here's closer photos. Reverse photo of the outdoor seating, 2500 Bryant, and the boxes. And here goes the other photos in proximity to the restaurant and the outdoor seating. That's it.
Thank you. And I actually should have called the citation number. Let me just read that into the record. It is 213-68570. Okay, Mr. Hamada? And if you could explain what your relationship is to the owners or you're
Yes,
representing them.
That was absolutely for us, and we left the cardboard, and the company supposed to be pick them up like a 4 or 5 in the morning. They did not pick up that day, so we left it there. We should take that cardboard inside of restaurant instead of leaving everything out there. I didn't know the rules are regulation. When I get the sanitation and the violation, I'm surprised. And I seen it, some of the liquor store nearby us and the restaurant close street from us, also leaving cardboard in the outside as well too. So I wish I could get like a fast like a notice from Public Works instead of like just fine us $100. That's I like to.
I'm sorry, you mentioned that a establishment across the street had cardboard out also. Was that this same day or another time?
Another time.
Oh, another time?
Yes.
Okay. And was there other refuse that was picked up, but this wasn't? Is that what you were saying? That,
Yeah. Well, we do have a service of ecology.
yeah.
They come up there, pick up that trash, and cardboard pick up by like a green trash bin, and they did not take that by accident. Sometimes they will forget. So, we just left it there. Hopefully, they will come back to pick them up, but they did not. So we left it there. Them, yeah.
Okay. Could I, the public work, could I ask a question, please? Did the person doing this inspection see other cardboard at other locations in that area?
Usually when, this wasn't a response to a service request because this individual works during a swing shift, so whatever he sees, he responds to. So from 1 p.m. to 9:30, he's not dedicated to a certain zone, so if he's in that area, whatever he sees, he cites. So it would have probably been something he saw driving by, stopped, been on inspection. He would usually, when they stop, they check out the rest of the block. If something's there, they write a citation in reference to that. But it's not how you say, this is an isolated incident in reference to and then usually an inspection will occur after the fact.
So, in other words, if the green people didn't pick up this cardboard, they would also not have picked up cardboard nearby.
Now, that's a possibility, but some businesses do have an agreement with a third-party pickup, but that still makes the business responsible for the pickup of recycles. Now, if they're using Recology, which picks up with the blue bin, which would be cardboard, they should have had a blue bin out in addition to the cardboard that was being placed inside of it. And if they didn't have enough space, they break down the boxes and they keep it right next to the blue bin. So if they don't have an account with Recology, then, and they're depending on a third party to do pickup, it's basically the owner's or the business owner's issue.
So, sir, does this business have a contract with Recology?
Yes, we do. We do have a business with a record.
And Recology also picks up cardboard, or is that a separate?
They do.
They pick up cardboard, compost, and garbage.
Right, okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Okay, got it. Okay. Do you have any questions of each other, or are we?
Just like a first time
We can talk outside.
Okay. Now, should his building also have a blue bin, though?
Now, mixed-use property, is it apartments upstairs?
apartment upstairs. We do have a two separate like a bin
Yeah.
for the residents and the business.
So usually, commercial and residential can have a commercial account, and they can have also a split residential account also. So it's the prerogative of the business owner on how they want to operate their trash. But for the business, they usually have compost, recycle, and trash. So
Well, I guess I'm just wondering, because normally I think we'd see the stack up cardboard if the blue bin was full already?
That's correct.
Okay, so,
Without the blue bin, it's considered illegal dumping.
yeah, I got it,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
But, I'm sorry, so did you say you do have a blue bin, or you don't?
we
have-
do.
You do, but in this case, it wasn't used?
We left it there because they did pick up blue bin, so we take that all the trash bin to the inside of like a garage. The area we keep that, the trash bin, blue and the green and the trash.
So they
So
picked
we
up,
didn't- yeah,
this-
they-
they emptied the blue bin, but they left the cardboard box?
Exactly.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
that's it.
thank you. Okay, then I will issue my findings by mail. Thank you very much. Okay, our second item has been canceled. Citation number 213-64171. And it's now 9:20. And we have citation number 213-64567 on Jones Street. Are the people here for that item? You're not Jones Street? Okay, well then let's wait a few minutes. Because I need to call the items at the time that they're scheduled. And the next item is scheduled for 9:30. Herman Wong is not here. What street are you guys here for? Oh, you're both Public Works. Okay. Well, here we are. Okay, then we're going to cause
I emailed you.
Joan Lubomirsky, and I was appointed by the city administrator to be a hearing officer in these issues, these Department of Public Works hearings. And what our procedure will be is that the Public Works representative will make a presentation on your case, and then you would come forward and be sworn in as a witness. He's already been sworn in, and respond with any information you have, and then I will issue my finding by mail. And I will call this item, it's item number 213-67673, which is 3040 Taraval Street. Yes, sir? 3040? 3040. Did I say that wrong? I'm sorry. Okay, 3040.
Okay. I'm speaking in reference for Natalie Chen, my public information officer. Okay. On Wednesday, October 31st, 2018, at approximately 11:45 a.m., while performing a routine inspection on Taraval Street, she found a large pile of cardboard boxes on the sidewalk adjacent to 3060 Taraval Street. Upon further investigation, she found that all these boxes were used to contain food items that matched dishes on the menu of Wynn's Restaurant at 3040 Taraval Street. She then confirmed that with Recology, the refuse collection service at 3040 Taraval Street is in the name of Wynn's Restaurant with 64-gallon compost and trash bin and a 96-gallon bin recycle bin serviced on Monday and Thursday. Previously, on September 30th, 2015, she issued a notice of violation to Wynn's Restaurant after finding overflowing receptacles out on the sidewalk adjacent to 3060 Taraval Street. On December 27th, 2017, she issued a warning letter concerning improper containerization of refuse and cardboard boxes to Wynn Restaurant after finding overflowing bin marked as belonging to the restaurant and cardboard boxes out on the sidewalk adjacent to 3060 Taraval Street. Then, on January 18, 2018, she issued a notice of violation to Wynn's Restaurant for violating Municipal Health Code 283 after finding overflowing refuse receptacle out on the sidewalk adjacent to 3060 Taraval Street. On October 25, 2018, she issued a third notice of violation to Wynn's Restaurant for violating Municipal Health Code 283 and Municipal Health Code 291.2 after finding a large pile of cardboard boxes and loose debris alongside several refuse receptacles on the sidewalk adjacent to 3060 Taraval Street. Based on the problematic history of improper containerization of cardboard boxes and refuse at this property, and because the boxes were not properly contained, She issued a citation to garbage service account holder Wynn's Restaurant for violating Municipal Health Code 283. These photos here are from 10/31/2018 at 1148 of 3040 Taraval Street. It is at 11:48 a.m. This is a light pole on the corner of 3060 Taraval. Here's another photo of the pile in the corner. Another closer look of the boxes. Here's a shoestring French fries, Big C. This is a food distribution company, usually out of a Restaurant Depot. Here's other items. Close up of the boxes. Vegetables and salad boxes. Just a moment. This is from November 7th, 2018. This is a notice of violation for 283 and 291.2 to increase service or initiate service. These are the photos in relation to that. When you have the overflowing green bin, excuse me. You have the boxes at the same light pole. You have notice of violation for violation of 283 Municipal Health Code and 173. That's for dirty cans. There are the cans saying 3040, overflowing bin. And these are the front picture of those bins, overflowing. This is from a previous warning. There's an outreach letter on December 16th, 2017. And lastly, we have a September 10th, 2015. Different photo, front of the restaurant, 3040, the green bin, and also things not put away correctly, that's a container of oil. And this is not a notice of violation that was issued. That's it.
Thank you. And is Herman Wong, will you be speaking? If I could ask you to please come forward and be sworn in as a witness by our clerk.
Okay.
He's going to swear you in first.
What did you say?
Swear
Good morning,
you in.
sir.
Yeah.
Please state your name for the record.
Yeah, my name is Herman. I'm a representative of the Wing Restaurant.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give today is the
Yes.
truth to the best of your knowledge?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Thank
Into
you.
the microphone, okay, sir?
Okay. I have some picture around here because all the stuff that we look at in the picture is not belong to our, you know. Set it down one by one. Okay. These 3 containers belong to us.
They belong to you.
Yeah, they don't belong, yeah. Sorry. Can I take it out?
Yes.
We are all organized. I talked to Natalie Chen, the inspector. Okay, and this one is for somebody, neighborhood or where. They dump it to our place. TV box, cardboard, everything. This one is not belong to our too. And this one is not belong to our too. It is not in front of our garage. See, this one is all neighborhood. I put it, after the Sunset Carpenter pick it up, and then just somebody do in front of the garage. We don't have all this stuff like that. Okay, this all the container belong to another restaurant. 5 container is belong to our, not belong to our. I talked to the Inspector Chen, Natalie Chen. Anything we have take a picture, we write down everything. And this picture is the pole is next our.
Could you put it?
Oh, put it like that.
Yeah.
Okay, this one the pole is next to, not far away from our garage. Far away from our garage. A couple of days ago, I called the Inspector Chen that I leave a message. Somebody put a lot of clothes for donation. And then the homeless tear it out, put all on the sidewalk. I informed to Natalie Chen, and then I called Market Street, Simon. He told me, oh yeah, they called Natalie Chen, we fine. And two more days, and then somebody pick up already. Because I complained, and then I called Sunset Carpenter. Sunset Carpenter, usually the guy compose and the garbage, they never pick it up for 2 weeks. Since December 22nd until January 2nd. And then I called Sunset Carpenter, no response for 25 days. I called Connie, I don't know the last name. Connie is the supervisor of Sunset Carpenter. And then I left a message for 3-4 times. And then never respond until 28 days. And then Jackie is a supervisor before her. She respond me. She said, yeah, Hurley, I'm sorry about that. Connie, I don't know how come she don't respond. And then I called complaint, and then I saw somebody put garbage again. And then I called the health department. And then the combo is not picked it up for 2 weeks. All the combo, the wind blow, the container is open. The cover is open. And then I called the health department. The health department said, okay, you need to call Sunset Carpenter. If they don't pick it up, we pay the bill for every week. Pick up the compost and the garbage. They don't pick it up. That's not our problem. All the garbage and the box is not belong to our. Okay, the one belong to our, and then we have indicate here. They have in front of the garage. You see that the wind blow out the cover. You see that we have the number on the garage, 3040. Let me indicate 3040. 3040 in the garage. And then she told me everything you put in front of garage belong to you. We don't affect anything for you. If the other pole far away from about 15 feet, all the garbage belong to another restaurant.
Did you say, I'm sorry, were you finished?
Yeah, I say
Okay.
these 2 containers in front of the garage belong to our. We total have, this one is belong to our too. You see, we make very organized. This belong to our in front of the garage of 3040 Tetherville.
Now, did you say that you'd spoken to Natalie Chen?
Check. Yes.
And what did she say?
She told me to come to hearing, and then we can, cancel the citation, because that one is not belong to you. She told me like that. She told me to notify all by picture.
She saw your pictures?
Yeah. She didn't show me the picture. She said, I told her we have all the picture.
Could I ask a question about Ms. Chen and these possibly belonging to somebody else?
The question is, is it possible? From these photos, yes, but in relation to the infraction that was being argued today, because there wasn't the full identification of the can in itself, but the boxes were in front of the location of 3060, and these are food items. And he's had and there has been a history of items being left out. Now, if in relation to his having an issue with the garbage company,
Yes.
and I would have to check in with, because this is news to me, in reference to her saying that we can potentially get rid of the citation, so maybe we would have to revisit it, and maybe contact you to let you know this was actually true. So I can't speak on that conversation with him and Natalie. So, but in reference to the evidence that I've given earlier, it is what it is. But as for the conversation he had with Natalie, I would have to get back to you about that.
Okay. And she said that she was on a routine inspection. So
Yes.
if there were other items on the
usually-
block that weren't picked up,
She usually is pretty thorough. She'll go from probably 10 to 15 houses or structures that are in the enforceable area, and then she'll move on to her next campaign.
and she didn't do citations on other ones,
Well, usually citations pending on the violation.
or notifications?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's probably will notify pending the history, or cite pending the history. So it just depends on what she sees. And if no one else is acting inappropriately, she moves on to the next location.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and procedurally then, we would hold this hearing and then, but carry it over to another meeting to finally get new information, because any new information would need to be given with the appellant present.
And that's true. And what can actually happen is that if I confirm, pending you uphold anything, me and Natalie, we can talk to BSM and see if we would either negate it or not, if it's true. But because as of right now, I don't have that information about a reduction or getting rid of the particular citation itself.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Per conversation.
Okay.
Excuse
Mr.
me.
I'm
Can I
sorry.
have
Yes,
something?
go ahead.
Okay. I have one, I got a lot of complaint. We complain about the sunset garbage, We pay for the sunset garbage. They never pick it up garbage for 3 weeks. 2 weeks last time. All the combo is smell, and then I call the health department. The health department say respond by 21 days. That's ridiculous. The combo don't pick it up. How many garbage overflow on the container. And then I talked to Nanny Chen. I talked to health department. I have a reference. I talked to somebody. When health department call me, it's 10 days, and then they call me 10 days. Say, not anything effective to our health department. You need to call Sunset Garbage. I said, that's ridiculous. The restaurant cannot be, don't pick it up for 2 weeks. All the combo is dirty and smell blow in the restaurant. Terrible.
I'm really surprised.
Yeah, they're
And
very surprised.
That's terrible.
Terrible, yeah, that's true. I talked to the market, Simon, she told me, yeah, that's a terrible from Sunset Garbage. I called Sunset Garbage 4 or 5 times, day and time, talk to who, never respond. They say, I emailed to my supervisor, Connie, and then Connie not there. And then I say, when will you be responding? At least 24 to 48 hours, right? 25 days until 28 days, Jackie, another supervisor before her. Jackie, I have been talking to her about a couple of months before. I complained about people always put garbage. Every time Monday, Thursday, people saw the garbage, they pick it up. They all neighborhood from somewhere else, cardboard, TV bar, Macy bag, put
Yeah.
next to the container.
Now, do you know how to reach Ms. Chen?
Huh?
Do you have her phone number?
Yes,
Or
Natalie Chen.
with whom would we follow up with him if we wanted to talk to?
Natalie?
Natalie.
Well, or you,
Well,
or.
he would be able to, yeah.
Who would it be?
It'd be Natalie or myself.
Okay, because it would seem to be worth looking into if really
Yes, if
Sunset
this is
Scav.
the actual case, this is
Yeah.
something that we can speak about
Okay,
offline.
okay. And so he has her phone number, so he can follow up with
Yes.
it?
Yes.
And
I'll-
she has his?
And I'll talk to
Yes.
Natalie about this
Okay.
She
offline.
have my
perfect.
phone number
Okay.
too.
Yeah,
She
this-
told me to give all the picture to you. Yeah, you just show it to her. So that I go to Costco because I take a picture from the cell phone, you know. Every Monday, people dump garbage. And then I call her all the time. She say,
Okay, the Public Works Department will look into this because it seems strange, but also that it would just be these that were left out and not other establishments on the block. I mean, we
Yeah.
need to look into that.
So I guess we'll have to do some other alternative things right now.
Yeah,
Yeah. So-
okay. Okay, we'll get back to you by mail
sure.
and figure out what next steps would be.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. for
Another
being
thing,
here.
I'm not the owner, you know. He's the boss of the restaurant.
Okay,
I talked to the owner of the property, you know, put the camera so that you can see it.
Yeah.
You know, see it, who dumped the garbage in the neighborhood. You know, one time I saw look like from Daly City, you know, maybe somebody pick up the garbage, you know, charge it, look like Michigan charge you everything, dump it to somewhere else.
that's right.
I talked to Nancy Chen, you know, I talked to Simon, public work at the Market Street, the officer. She told me, yeah, that's terrible.
Okay, well,
Every
we'll-
week I have a call Nancy Chen, every week.
Well, somehow we'll try to figure out
Yeah,
how to
they need to
handle
figure it
this.
out.
Thank you very much.
I'm so appreciate.
Sure, bye-bye
Okay,
now.
you have a
Thank
nice day.
Thank you, you too.
Take care. We can leave it, right?
Yes, thank you. Okay, our next item is at 9:40. This is on Downey Street. Are you here on the Downey Street item? Okay. 48312, 121 Downey Street. It's a telephone hearing, so we'll be handling this on the telephone. And I don't know how we do this. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so 121 Downey Street is not answering the phone. Okay. And there was just one telephone call, or there were two? The other one what? Okay. Okay.
On the agenda right there.
Okay, then next item I'd like to call is citation number 213-62194, which is 351 Grove Street. And I'd like you to please be sworn in by our clerk, please. Just,
Yeah, you can just
you could
stand.
be at the microphone.
Hi, good morning, ma'am.
Morning.
Please state your name for the record, please.
Kimberly Maynard.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mind having Public Works will
Yeah,
give
our procedures are that, I don't know if you were here when I
No, I-
introduced myself. My name's Joan Lubomirsky, and I was appointed by the city administrator to be a hearing officer in these Public Works appeals. And what our procedure is that Public Works will present their information, and then you would have an opportunity to present your information. Then if there are questions, we can talk informally, and then I'll issue my opinion by mail. So first we have Public Works. Thank you.
Okay, this was issued by Samuel Peoples, my public information officer. On Saturday, September 22nd, 2018, at approximately 9:29 a.m., while performing a routine inspection, he found a pile of broken down card boxes on the sidewalk in front of 351 Grove Street. Upon further inspection, he discovered a mailing label with the address of 351 Grove Street affixed to one of the boxes. The recipient of the box was in the name of Kim Maynard. At the address of 351 Grove Street, apartment 14, utilizing his department-issued tablet, he was able to identify the owner of 351 Grove Street as to be Raul and Denise Ariza. He then issued a citation to Raul and Denise Ariza for violation of Municipal Health Code 280, commonly known as illegal dumping. The photos next to the tree basin is the dumping site. And the label affixed to this particular item is Kim Maynard. And this is also the front of the property where the dumping took place. Not that property of a property where the dumping took place.
One on the right is the grate.
Thank you. One on the right is the dumping site. Here's the property there. And there's no other photos.
Thank you. Okay.
So that is indeed my address, 351 Grove Street. I've lived there about 5 years, and it's a few blocks from here. So this is my regular stomping ground.
And you're Kim Maynard, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
so I'm the resident. The two people that he said that the notice was sent to were my landlords.
Right.
So I was then forwarded the email that contained this information. I think so is this how this works? Wrong way. So this is, and I can hand these to you if you like. This is the recycling area in my building. If you want to, sure. This is the recycling area in my building. As you can see, it's overflowing. There's probably a better photo of it. sorry, not used to this thing. Often it is overflowing just with residents in the building. I have a letter of endorsement from one of my neighbors stating my behavior. I constantly break down my boxes and I put them in. Now I remove my name because what ends up happening with the Recology on our street, both the Grove Street and Ivy, which my building opens up to, often there are recycling that are overflowed. These are just some of the many, many photos. This was actually one from this morning that I printed out with people rifling through. So a common element that we see is that our building, which is out of my control with the managers, how they lock the doors or how the bins are moved to the street with Recology, that's out of my control as a tenant. And then often they're rifled through. And it creates problems of multiple encampments on our street, which result in needles, broken glass, and boxes. As a single woman, I walk my dog there often, and I see a lot of this. So, unfortunately, the box that was there, my assumption, because I don't know clearly how it was there, was it was taken from one of our recycling bins that is often put on the street constantly. And so, as a result, my name was attached to it, but I've been cautious since of removing labels when I receive them now, because as a resident, I care where I live. I don't want my street to be dirty. I don't want people sleeping on piles of boxes outside my house. So receiving this was really a painful reminder of kind of the environment that we live in and kind of the result of it. So I apologize how it's got there. It wasn't deliberately placed by me. And that's...
Now, you don't own the building?
I don't own the building, I rent. I'm a tenant.
You don't pay the garbage bill?
The garbage bill is included and rolled up into my rent. I do not see a monthly bill or have control over how garbage and recycling is managed within my building.
Okay, and you're not an employee of your landlord?
I am not an employee.
To take care of the refuse?
No. I break down my boxes like everyone else. We have a corridor that has garbage and recycling, and I put them in there to be disposed of.
How many units are in that building?
We have 14 units.
14. Okay. Thank you.
And I don't know if you
Yes,
want
you can
the
show this
letter
to me,
as
sure.
well.
I have a question
Sure.
of Public Works, I'm sorry, in terms of noticing and who, that the owners are the Ariazas and issued a citation to Raul and Denise Ariaza. So why was Ms. Maynard,
She said they emailed it to her.
okay,
So I'm assuming that maybe there's a central mail hub where maybe some things may, because I think her name was on the
oh, no, I know, I understand.
alternative document, so I think that's why it was forwarded to her to take care of it, my assumptions. And, but now knowing what, what's going on in the current situation, we may need to address the business owner.
Yeah, I mean, it would seem to me that the person responsible for refuse is the building owner.
Yes.
And the fact that she, yeah.
Yeah, so,
That would-
but knowing that the amount of units they have for what the amount of service they currently have probably doesn't match. They probably need more. And we probably need to address that with the building owners.
Okay.
The increasing service.
So then would this citation be reissued to the building owner?
Within the time frame, probably not, but we do probably need to get some outreach towards them to, maybe I can get their contact information. We can talk to the building owners about increasing the amount of service for the.
Because, I mean, they were notified.
Yeah, they were notified.
And they forwarded it to
but-
Ms. Maynard, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what landlords do. They try to pass off additional costs. But I think a better route may be
Okay.
talking to the landlords.
Could I give this back to you? Thank you.
And I have
Nathan,
email-
could you give this back to the,
I have emails from both the Department of Public Works and with my landlord stating that this was the case that I should be presenting, so I'm happy to give you their contact information
Yes,
and
please.
historical.
okay,
All
good.
right.
Okay, great. I'm glad we got that information out. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Maynard. Okay. I am the hearing officer in this matter. My name is Joan Lubomirsky, and I was appointed by the city administrator to hear these Public Works appeal items.
Okay.
And what our procedure will be, this is service request number 2193787 on 1185, 1193 York Street. And we normally swear in our witnesses, so may I ask the clerk to ask you, and also we have our Public Works representative here to be sworn in.
Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning again. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimonies you're about to give today is the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ms. Grappy. Okay, then what our procedure will be is that the Public Works representative will state the Public Works information on this, and then Ms. Grappy, you'd have an opportunity to speak, and then if we have any kind of informal discussion, we can do that later, and I will issue my finding by mail.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So our Public Works person, here.
Okay, hi, this is Alicia Witt representing San Francisco Public Works. This property is 1185 to 1193 York Street in San Francisco, service request 2193787.
Hello?
Yes, Ms. Witt is presenting the information
Okay.
now. It's okay, it's strange to do in the.
So I'm not supposed to talk, she talks.
Yeah, first, Ms. Witt will present information from the Department of Public Works, and then when Ms. Witt is finished, then you, Ms. Greppy, would speak. So
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Witt.
So, okay, the hearing date is January 22nd, property location 1185 to 1193 York Street. The date the property was posted for having graffiti is October 11th, 2018. The first class mail was sent to them on October 11th, 2018. The hearing was requested on October 12th. Property owner is Janice Greppy, and the extent of the graffiti is front of building. So right now, I will show you the letter that was sent to the property once the graffiti was, the notice of violation was posted on the property. Dated 10/11/2018. This is the hardship letter that was written by Mrs. Greppy.
This is October 12th, that letter?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
October 12th.
Okay.
So a letter went out to Mrs. Greppy letting her know when the hardship hearing would be, the date and time. It was sent certified mail. And now I will show you the notice of violation that was posted on the property and also the extent of the graffiti. This is the letter that was posted on October 11th. The photos that were taken on October 11th. The property was inspected on November 14th. The property was also inspected on November 21st. Again on November 28th. November 30th. December 4th. And then it was owner abated on December 20th. And that's all I have for the property.
Okay, in comparing the graffiti, these different photographs here are all the same graffiti, is that right?
Yes, it's the same graffiti. Janice's property, it's on a corner, so sometimes one side gets hit a lot more than the other side. So that's why when we did the case, we wanted it to have 1185 to 1193, just to, if they were granted hardship, that the laborers would know what to actually remove from what side of the building. She's a great person, to work with. She tried to get a hardship hearing as soon as possible, and this was the first date that we actually had for her, and that's why the inspector went to the property just to inspect. She does have a property that is hit a lot of the times, and a lot of times she will abate prior to a notice being posted. But she does have a long history over the years of the property being posted for graffiti, and I have for 2018, from what we have in our file, we have 4 times, 2017, 5 times. So she tends to abate very quickly prior to the post. And I believe we've spoken back and forth, and I believe she has a contractor that does it. So that's just all the information that I have regarding her property as of right now.
Thank you, Ms. Witt. Okay, and Ms. Greppy, now would you like to speak?
Yes. The problem here is, like she says, I own a corner building, so it's 2790 to 94 24th Street, and then the wall that I'm talking about is 1185 to 1193. But I have gotten numerous graffiti notices that, even though it's on the 1185, 1193, it's listed as 2794 24th Street. It's always on the side of the building, not on 24th Street. They're stores, so there's not much to graffiti. My other thing with being on the corner there, it's a very bad gang area. The taqueria has a bullet that hit their cash register. Right next door, a door was hit, and some of these graffitis, I noticed one is happy birthday to someone who evidently was killed there, and then they have other graffitis, gang-related graffitis. This has been going on a long time. The first half of my building, I have a mural with Juana Alicia. I've had 2 murals with her, and this last one is over 12 years old. It's fine, but the other end is where they use as a graffiti. And it just keeps going on and on. One time you could hardly get the paint dry that they've graffitied it again. I'm at my wit's end, as you can see. So I'm hoping something could be done.
And you did say in your letter, Ms. Greppy, that you've installed a light and a camera as well.
Yes, I installed a light, and then we installed the camera. It does no good because they wear hoodies, and you can't see anything.
No, I understand, but I just wanted to recognize that as frequently that's one of the things that Public Works advises people that they could do, is hire someone to clean it and to install a camera and a light, and you have abated the graffiti quite a number of times.
Yes, I have a huge folder because I've owned the building a very long time now. It was my grandfather's and left to us, and it goes back to the 60s.
Okay, well, good. Ms. Witt, do you have anything to add, or does that conclude your remarks?
No, nothing else to add.
Okay, and Ms. Greppy, do you have anything else to add?
Not that I can think of, except that I need help.
I understand. I will issue my finding by mail, and you receive mail at 1185 York Street?
No, it's 98. I'm in Redwood City.
I have it.
Okay, so we have the proper address. Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I see, Alameda, Las Pulgas. Okay.
Yes.
I see, okay. Great, okay. Thank you, Ms. Greppy.
Thank you.
And thank you for all that you've tried to do for your building and for the neighborhood.
Okay.
Thank you.
Talk.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Goodbye, thank you.
Bye.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Let us go back into session. My name is Joan Lubomirsky, and I was appointed by the city administrator to be a hearing officer in these public work citation appeals. And what our procedure will be is that Public Works will make their presentation, and then you can come forward to the mic and be sworn in and provide your information, and then we might have informal discussion back and forth, and then ultimately I'll issue my findings by mail. Okay? So first, we'll have Ms. Witt will be making the presentation for the Department of Public Works, and this is on citation number 219-8223, 3364 25th Street. Ms. Witt.
Alicia Witt, San Francisco Public Works. This property is 3364 25th Street, service request 219-8223. Hardship hearing date is January 22nd, 2019, time 10:30. Property location 3364 25th Street. The date posted, notice of violation was October 26, 2018. First NOV first class mail was October 26th, that was sent to the property. Hearing requested on November 8th. Property owner Brian Moore. The extent of graffiti left side of building. This is a copy of the letter that was sent to the property. A copy of the hardship letter. The hardship hearing confirmation letter that was sent by DPW staff. It was certified mailed. And now I will show you photos of the notice of violation posted on the property on October 26th, and also the photos of the graffiti. This is the front of the property. Kind of like a tag here.
Now, where's the graffiti on
It's
that
right-
one?
It's very light. It's a white tag here.
Oh, okay.
The door is what is usually hit every time his property gets hit, this door right here.
Okay.
So this is the door, other graffiti tags. So this was inspected, it was partially abated and growing. It was owner abated on November 28th. And all the graffiti was abated.
And there appears to be quite a history with this property. Mr. Moore's letter indicates that the side of the building on Lilac Street is vandalized at least once a week.
So the history that I have on this property is 2018, we have a total of 8 times the property was posted in our records, and 9 total postings in 2017. No, I'm sorry, hold on. 8 posted in 2018 and 1 in 2017, a total of 9.
And I see in the history that the owner has abated the graffiti.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else, Ms. Witt, for now?
Nothing for now.
Thank you. Mr. Moore, would you like to come forward and be sworn in by our clerk, Mr.? Okay. Yes.
Either
that's-
one's fine.
Either one.
Morning, sir.
Morning.
You please state your name for the record.
Brian Moore.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give today is the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Moore.
So maybe I don't I'm not disputing that I've been tagged and noticed, and I'm here, I guess, because the volume of it, I'm just tired of dealing with it. So they said come in here for a hardship hearing, and then the city will abate it for 6 months or something like that. The history of the building is well beyond 8 and 9 tags. So I have an employee or a maintenance person that does the maintenance on my building, and he goes out once a week. And part of his job is to cover up the graffiti when he goes out, in addition to the maintenance that he does. And, the phone calls I get from him, so it's tagged much more than she notices. And I'm not sure the process, but we kind of feel, I don't know if you're the only one that's doing the notification. Somebody told us that somebody was calling 311 on us. And what I think is happening is somebody there locally is harassing us, because I have somebody abating the building all the time. I have that on all my buildings. So we had looked into a mural, but I got a little upset when I paid $25,000 to paint this building, and one of the local graffiti artists on the street held a international graffiti rally and gave away spray paint, and they completely sprayed the side of my building and then lied to me about who did it. And I came to City Hall here, and they looked at me like I was the criminal. And I'm just tired. I'm just tired. The expectations of me and Department of Works, you guys have been, I got to tell you, every time I call them, they're very responsive, they're good people. But you know what? Crime is not crime in San Francisco, and I don't know what to do about it. I'll continue to paint my buildings like I always do. I'm just tired of getting these administrative notices that I've always got to chase down, and I don't even know if any of them have gotten through and charged to my property tax account because I get so many of them.
Wouldn't they be, can I interrupt? Wouldn't the tax collector notify them if it went to, or do you know?
I believe that we would know that information depending on when the property was posted. It's usually, if something does go on their taxes, it would be for the year before.
So as far as you know, none of these have gone to that?
As far as I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
none have,
Okay.
but we can always check that for you. We can go into our system, pull up your property address, and check and see if you have any active.
That'd be great, I think.
Yeah, I can do that for you.
What
I'm
worries-
sorry to interrupt.
So what worries me as a property owner is I have the city of San Francisco expects a lot of me, which I'm okay with. I accept that. And I operate within all those parameters, from rent control down to you know how many different things there are. I'm tired of the city not doing their part. I do my part here. I just want to be left alone. And again, I understand it's not you, okay? I know you just do your job, okay? I want to know why somebody's calling when I'm out there painting all the time. And my poor maintenance guy, he's great. He's like, Brian, I'm staying on top of this. Every once in a while I run out of paint because I don't know how many times I'm able to paint the side of my building before I have to go in there and rip all the paint off and start over again.
Yeah.
And, call the police, see if they can find the tagger. Well, you got one policeman on it. He's a very nice man. I've talked to him several times. Go get a mural. The policeman says, you know what, maybe you don't want to get a mural, okay? You can ask him why. I don't know. I feel as though I'm being extorted by somebody that wants me to get a mural. And it may be somebody in my building, it may be somebody on that block. We're now on, Lilac is now a mural block, I guess. But when you look at some of these murals, and I go up and down Lilac, and there's one next to me, and and it's been tagged over and over and over again. So I'm thinking, well, first of all, they want me to spend $6,000 on a mural, okay? I just spent $25,000 to paint my building. And that mural person held an event that was supported by some of the supervisors in San Francisco that gave away spray paint cans. Hundreds of them that ended up on the side of my building. I'm just sick and tired of it. And all I want, I'd really like to identify, I'd like that police officer to go ask some of these people if they're calling 311 on me, because I abate my graffiti.
No, that's clear, and I think that Public Works, the city, for the city, I mean, I acknowledge that you do.
Right.
And I also acknowledge that it's quite a responsibility for a property owner having to deal with this, but it does need to be dealt with, and you are doing it.
What I really protest or it just bothers me is I think somebody's using 311 to harass me, and it may be into getting a mural, okay? And it's like, you know what? I don't want a mural, okay? I don't want it.
It's an attractive building.
It is. I love my building. I do this. I have several buildings in the city. The same individual, and he's exhausted, okay? He's told me, Brian, it's hard for me to keep up. And I mean, I went out there, I was out there yesterday. Somebody tagged over my entryway, and I'm like, every time I go out there, you know, I don't know what more I can do than have an individual. And the component of this that bothers me is I don't want to track the paperwork. Because if I miss one, then I get a fine, then I get really angry, and I come down here, and, you know, obviously I get emotional. I shouldn't be expressing myself like this.
Well, no, you're dealing with a difficult problem. And as you say, if you do miss paperwork, then it could have financial implications.
Well,
so I understand your frustration.
I've actually had a situation where that happened, and ultimately it got taken care of, but it took, I mean, the time and energy, I got other things I can do. You know, and I spend enough money, time, and energy
Right.
already abating this stuff. So I really just want whoever's using the system to harass me to knock it off, is what I want.
And would that I could make them.
Yeah, I agree.
It's very frustrating.
I've started confronting everybody, really, and asking, are you the person that's calling 311 on me, you know, when I get a few tags? Because they know everybody knows my maintenance guy, and they see him out there all the time. You know, and that door, I don't know what the heck, I mean, give me an answer. I'd love to plant something there, but they climb the wall. I mean, you saw some of those how the heck did they get up there? I can't get up there.
Right.
You know, I don't know.
No, it's a series of urban problems.
I understand it's an urban problem, but you know what?
And it's very frustrating.
It is exacerbated
Yeah.
by the attitudes towards crime and mental illness. I mean, it just doesn't stop here. And I know this isn't your venue, but I mean,
No, well, how often do you, but you're talking to a city official, and
needles,
and I'm happy to have you
feces.
say that.
I mean, where do you want me to I mean, it's disgusting.
I know.
It's safety. I mean, I've been so I go down because I pull permits for all my work. I'm down at Public Works, and this isn't for you, but you know what? I've got the microphone at the permit department building. I've got a big guy like this holding the doors closed, screaming at me, "Run, run!" And he won't let me in the building. I just want to pull a permit.
This is DBI or?
DBI.
Okay.
And he's screaming at me to run. And finally, I mean, this morning, I haven't had my coffee. I look over. I got this nut running at me. and he's got some kind of weapon in his hand. And I'm like, really? I mean, and this, I get attacked outside, I've been attacked outside 25th Street, 16th and Sanchez. These guys carry hammers, they carry, I mean, you probably run into it.
I'm sure she does.
And these poor people, you know what? They make these poor people go clean this stuff up without the support of really dealing with the issues. And man, I think about this every day, and I get more and more emotional. And I'm not, we need I can't call them institutions because then the lawyers will get after you. If some of these people aren't put away in some type of facility, how many people have to get hurt is kind of my question.
There is, I'm aware of this issue, mental health issues, and there is actually a movement coming in terms of allowing
I know.
longer conservatorship and some additional psych beds.
Believe me,
And but it is like pushing a rock up a hill, that you just, and it's.
You know what, though?
You know,
I understand, but I don't accept it, okay?
Yeah.
Because as human beings, we don't treat human beings like that, okay? And there is no acceptable answer other than taking care of the problem. Because to allow what goes on in the streets in front of their offices, okay? I don't even want to go to their offices, okay? The office, maybe it's not yours, the one on Market Street. I walked in there and it was like, it's a shooting gallery, okay? It is a shooting gallery. In what world do we get here? And I said to myself I wasn't going to get like this when I got in here, but I call Ronan all the time. And it's just this, and it's classic because the news is on it. I hate to say it, but when President Trump says our streets are a mess, I can't say he's wrong on this one, okay?
no, he's on
I have
on
to
that
agree
one,
with
he's
him.
right.
Okay?
Yes,
And
or many streets are.
so what does it take? I've gone to the mayors. I've sat down with them when they will hear from me. Certain supervisors, when this painting thing took place, wouldn't even hear me. Literally looked at me like I was the criminal. So what does it take so that these people can go do something more constructive and not that I want you to get another job or anything, but there's other things they can be doing.
Yeah.
What does it really take for the people of San Francisco and the supervisors to say shooting galleries, feces? You know what my daughter does on the way to work? And I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. She counts penises, okay? She said, Dad, there was 3 on the way to work today. And I'm like, honey, stay away, cross the street.
Good idea.
I mean, it's disgusting.
Yeah. Mr. Moore, I totally understand what you're saying.
I know you do, but
And
this is-
I think, and the city, I know that Mayor Breed has looked into various things. She's opening up some more navigation centers. And I know that the Civic Center area has been kind of a hot spot for trying to clean up, keep needles away and whatnot. And
the pushing system, I've watched it for years in the mission.
yeah,
Super Bowl, push, police, it's Band-Aid, Band-Aid. My little notices, Band-Aid, Band-Aid. I've lost, I love San Francisco. I love the architecture. It's one of the reasons I'm here. I have lost complete faith in you, okay?
Okay.
I have.
Well, thank you for what you're doing in terms of abating your building on a regular basis, because you're a good citizen for doing that. And I appreciate that.
To have faith. I do. We need a facility that these people can enter, and they can't just stay there for a couple of days. This
Right.
is a long-term treatment process.
Right.
They can come out, they're probably going to go back in, but, so anyway, I'm sure you hear this 20 times a day. He's fallen asleep. Sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. And Ms. Witt, could you review how a hardship works? She said something about Public Works will do something for 6 months.
I
or
just want you to leave me
whatever it
alone and
is.
not, I'll paint my building. I don't want them painting my building. But I just want them to leave me, stop sending me notices. That's all I
See,
want.
There's a whole system.
I know.
mean, 311 is one of the departments that reports to our office also. So there's a
311 responds
Yeah.
to everybody but me.
Okay. Ms. Witt?
So when it comes to people reporting your building, it may not be someone, of course, living in your building or even in your area. So there's a lot of people that, are walking around because we have this 311 app now. They're uploading these photos. So there are people out there every day that are a part of different groups that go to different areas in the city, and this is what they do all day.
Oh, really?
All day. Some are retired. Some they have a thing for graffiti and they don't want it on any building. So the people you may be asking, they're probably really not the people that are calling. It may be the lady or the man that you see that's just walking down with a bag and you don't know.
That's interesting.
And that's
hadn't
the
heard that.
thing. It gets really, really like.
Somebody else told me, actually, my maintenance guy told me that as well.
That's
Right,
interesting.
and then also, we're able to see that a lot of the calls on your property do come from 311. So they may not call, but if they upload the photo, it's anonymous anyway. So there's no way that we could check. So 311 sends it to the radio room, which is our department, which is at Public Works at the yard. And then what happens is, that filters into, I have 6 inspectors in the field. It filters into their tablets. The inspectors have 3 days to get to your property and post the notice. Once they post the notice, a confirmation will go out to the person who called in on your property to let them know it has been addressed. Because a lot of the times, the people that are calling in or uploading the photos, they want to know, what is the response time? I'm uploading these photos, is this getting taken care of? So the confirmation goes back to them. If they see that it's closed out and no action has been made, then they call us. Hey, I did whatever and it's not posted. Well, it's been sitting here for 30 days. So we have people that I'm just trying to, show you the other end of it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the notices, the process for the whole thing, we don't send you the notice to get you upset because we don't want that. And I have office staff that call and give you a courtesy call. And some people don't want the courtesy call, but a lot of people appreciate it because they're saying, hey, thanks for letting me know. The letter is automatically generated and is going to get sent out because that's just a part of the process. Sometimes the property owners don't live at the property and the notice may have been posted and you wouldn't have known, and then therefore there's a fee or whatever the case may be. We just, on our end, we just want to make sure that you're getting it because we don't want you to get a fee that you don't deserve. And that's why the letter goes out. And, I do apologize if the letter, upsets you because it can be overwhelming when you get a lot of letters. And I do appreciate you having a contractor that does this once a week because a lot of people don't. So you are doing a great job when it comes to that. Typically, you may have a 30-day notice of violation posted. And if your person is coming every week, or even if they came every 2 weeks, or whatever the case may be, it's still removed within the 30 days. It's just that on our end, we have to send the letter just to make sure that you're getting it, because we want to give you a heads up, hey, somebody called in on you. And that's how we view it on our end, just giving you a heads up. Typically, we never used to have our office staff even contact, and I said, hey, we need to have them contact these people.
Your
Give
Public
them a
Works has
courtesy.
really, they work hard and they do a good
And that's just kind
job.
of what
I
happened.
appreciate Public Works. I've worked with them before. Actually, when my building was literally spray painted it was unbelievable. And I was trying to identify who did it. They saw what happened, and they helped me identify who did it, who lied about having done it. And I had to threaten to sue her for having put this event on and not taking responsibility for it. So I feel as ashamed that Public Works has to spend their time and energy doing this. This is time and energy we could be doing much more. Maybe we could be helping some of those people that need help. This is just an administrative thing for me. And again, I know who you, they've been great. I worry about paperwork getting lost in San Francisco.
You can always call us. We'll let you know if you have anything outstanding.
And you have their phone numbers? and
I
everything,
have their
right?
phone number. I
Okay.
mean, we have more email. And again, I just get so worked up because I want to be doing other things.
Yeah.
Why isn't there a process where we identify landlords that actually abate the graffiti all the time and kind of say, you know what, I know we have a 311, we're just not issuing them notices, okay? And if it gets to the point where they need to be back on the list, put them back on the, you know, go put me back on the list, that's fine. But people need to start thinking a little bit more about us right now, because they haven't been for too long.
Understood. Thank you for being here.
All right, sorry guys.
And good to meet you.
What happens now?
Well, I'll send you my finding by mail. That I can do. I can produce that.
all right.
And I think Public Works can take back your compliments to their staff, because all the people, the clerks and things who are making the courtesy calls need to know that they're appreciated, and they are.
Them know.
Oh, no, you guys, like I said, you guys are great. I just, sometimes the systems, San Francisco systems need to be thrown out and started over again sometimes.
There are some other cities that could stand that as well.
Oh, yeah,
I think
absolutely.
we have a lot to offer, and I think,
I just love this city.
thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Okay, this item is closed, and do we want to try that one phone call again, or do we think that it's not going to happen? No. Okay. Okay, well, just one more time, what the heck? This is a Downing? Pardon me? Okay. Okay, then for the record, for the third time, we've just tried to deal with 213-48312, 121 Downey Street, and I'll issue my finding by mail. And the meeting's adjourned.